Everyone knows how Snow White's story ends. The wicked queen is defeated, and she awakens from her slumber with a kiss from her true love. But was it really a happy ending? What happens when the fairy tale concludes, and the challenges of real life begin? Snow White had thought that her troubles were over once she was reunited with her prince. The castle was magnificent, and the kingdom welcomed her with open arms. But as the days turned into weeks, Snow White began to feel the weight of her new life. The palace was beautiful, yet it felt like a gilded cage. The laughter of courtiers echoed through the halls, but it felt hollow. She missed the warmth of the dwarfs' home and the simplicity of her life in the forest. Even her love for the prince, though genuine, could not fill the emptiness she felt inside. Was this what happily ever after was supposed to feel like? As Snow White adjusted to her royal duties, the memory of the wicked queen haunted her. Though defeated, the queen had left behind a shadow that lingered over the kingdom. Whispers of her return filled the air, and fear gripped the hearts of the people. Snow White's stepmother had been powerful and cunning, and the stories of her dark magic echoed in the villagers' tales. They looked to Snow White for reassurance, but she found it hard to banish the doubts swirling in her own mind. What if the queen returned? What if she wasn't strong enough to protect her kingdom? One fateful evening, as Snow White strolled through the castle gardens, she encountered a stranger cloaked in shadows. The figure spoke softly, their voice laced with intrigue. The queen may be gone, but her magic lingers in the hearts of those who once served her. The danger isn't over. Snow White's heart raced. Could it be true? As she listened to the stranger's warnings, doubt began to creep in, threatening to overwhelm her resolve. Yet, deep inside, she felt a flicker of strength. She had faced darkness before. She could do it again. Determined to uncover the truth, Snow White sought the advice of her 7 dwarfs, who had always been her loyal friends. They gathered in the castle's great hall, voices filled with concern as they discussed the stranger's words. "It's time for us to be brave," Snow White declared. "I won't live in fear of the past. We must find out if the queen truly has a hold on this kingdom." With a plan in place, they ventured into the enchanted forest, where magic still thrived. Guided by the whispers of the trees, they discovered remnants of the queen's dark spells hidden among the roots. As they delved deeper, Snow White uncovered a hidden cave, where remnants of the queen's magic were trapped in crystal shards. With the dwarfs by her side, she realized that breaking the shards would dispel the lingering darkness. But as she reached for the first shard, a dark figure emerged from the shadows, the spirit of the wicked queen. "You think you can erase my power?" the spirit hissed. "I will always be a part of you." The confrontation was fierce. The queen's spirit unleashed waves of dark magic, but Snow White stood her ground. With courage and determination, she called upon the love and friendship she had forged with the dwarfs and her prince. "Your power comes from fear, but I am no longer afraid," Snow White shouted. With each word, the shards began to glow, absorbing the dark magic and weakening the queen's spirit. With one final push, Snow White shattered the last crystal, releasing a brilliant light that filled the cave. The queen's spirit let out a chilling scream before dissolving into nothingness. The darkness lifted, and with it, Snow White felt a weight lift from her heart. She had faced her fears and emerged victorious, not just for herself, but for her kingdom. Returning to the castle, Snow White felt a sense of peace she hadn't known before. She understood now that true strength doesn't come from a title or a prince, it comes from within. She could not wait for someone to save her. She had the power to protect her own kingdom and create her destiny. This story of Snow White teaches us profound lessons about personal growth, courage, and self-reliance. Just like Snow White learns that problems don't disappear after a big achievement, in real life, we often face new challenges even after reaching goals. The key is to recognize that every success can lead to new responsibilities or obstacles, and we must be ready to tackle them with determination. Snow White's struggle with the fear of her stepmother's return mirrors how many of us deal with past traumas or insecurities. Instead of avoiding these fears, we should confront them directly. This can involve seeking help, talking about our feelings, or taking small steps to face what scares us, ultimately leading to personal growth. Snow White discovers that true strength comes from within. In real life, we often find that we have more resilience than we realize. Building self-confidence through self-reflection, setting small goals, and celebrating our successes can help us develop this inner strength. Snow White relies on her friends, the dwarfs, to help her. This highlights the value of having a support system in real life. Surrounding ourselves with friends, family, or mentors who encourage us can provide the motivation we need to face tough times. When Snow White decides to confront the Queen's lingering magic, it symbolizes taking proactive steps to address problems instead of waiting for them to resolve themselves. In our lives, we need to take action when facing difficulties, whether it's by creating a plan, asking for help, or simply moving forward despite uncertainty. Ultimately, Snow White learns she has the power to shape her own destiny. This encourages us to take charge of our lives. Setting goals, pursuing our passions, and believing in our abilities can empower us to overcome obstacles and create the future we desire. Sometimes, the greatest victory isn't in vanquishing your enemies. It's in conquering your fears and realizing your true potential. Snow White learned that a fairy tale may begin with a prince and a kiss, but the real story lies in the courage to face the unknown and the strength to rise above challenges. You don't need to wait for someone to rescue you. You hold the power to be the hero of your own story. Embrace your journey, for every ending is merely a new beginning. If you believe in the power of stories to change lives, join us on this journey by subscribing to InspireCloud. Let's spread positivity together. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below, and tell us them. What's your favorite fairy tale?